This is about the journey of Kwame, a story from the slave trade era. In a quiet village along the Gold Coast, a boy named Kwame lived with his family. He was 14, full of energy, and loved running through the tall grass with his younger sister, Abina. Their village was filled with laughter, music, and the rich aroma of roasted yams. Life was simple, but it was beautiful. One evening, as the sun dipped behind the hills, a group of men arrived. They were strangers, carrying weapons, speaking in unfamiliar tongues. Before anyone could react, chaos erupted. Villagers screamed, running in all directions. Kwame was seized, his wrists tied, his voice drowned out by the wails of his people. Along with dozens of others, Kwame was forced to march for days. The once proud boy, who loved the smell of rain and the sound of his mother's voice, now walked barefoot on unfamiliar ground, his body aching, his spirit heavy. Finally, they reached a fortress by the sea, a massive stone prison. Inside, the air was thick with the scent of sweat and fear. Kwame was crammed into a dark cell, the walls damp, the floor cold. The cries of others surrounded him, but no one spoke. They were all waiting for the same fate. Then came the ships. Kwame was dragged onto a wooden vessel, his ankles shackled to iron chains. The floor beneath him was hard, the space too tight to stretch. The ocean air, once refreshing, now smelled of despair. Days turned into weeks. Many around him grew weak, their bodies unable to fight against hunger, the sickness. But Kwame? He refused to let his spirit break. He remembered his village. He remembered Abina's laughter, his father's wisdom, and his mother's warmth. Those memories became his strength. One stormy night, the ship rocked violently. The sea roared, waves crashing over the deck. Kwame looked at the water below and knew if he stayed, he would never see freedom again. With a burst of courage, he and a few others leapt into the ocean, their chains dragging them down. The salty water stung his skin, the weight of the iron heavy. But Kwame kicked, pushed, fought. Then, the impossible happened, his shackles loosened. With one final breath, he broke free and swam toward the dark horizon. Away from the ship, away from captivity. No one knows exactly what happened to Kwame. Some say he reached the shores of a distant land, where he found others like him, people who had escaped and built new lives. Others say he was taken by the waves, but his spirit never drowned. Kwame's story is the story of millions of people who endured, who fought, who survived. Though the era of slavery brought suffering, it also revealed the unbreakable strength of the human spirit. And that strength? It still echoes today.